starting today, travelers from 85 countries, including Korea, must obtain an electronic travel authorization before departing for the UK or risk being denied boarding as the country begins strict enforcement of its new digital permit system.
영국이 새로운 디지털 허가 시스템을 본격 시행함에 따라 오늘부터 한국을 포함한 85개국 방문객은 영국 입국 전에 ETA, 즉 전자여행 허가를 의무적으로 받아야 하며 그러지 않을 경우 비행기 탑승이 거부될 수 있습니다. Okay, so tell us more.
Yeah, so it's electronic travel authorization or ETA. This has, happened in many countries before. I think, with the U.S., I remember this was quite an issue for Koreans going there like a decade ago. So, Britain is adding this as well. It will cost £16, and it's going to be valid for 2 years. You can also make multiple trips of up to 6 months for whether it be tourism or business or a short trip over. So it's a little bit more complicated because you've got to do this well in advance before you go. And, I think this is something that's expected for the future as things become more digitalized and technology is being used more to have more information on everybody.
Exactly. I think it's also probably pronounced just ETA instead of ETA because that can be confusing with the other term.
Estimated time of arrival.
맞아요. 사실 이제 그냥 ETA를 한 단어처럼 ETA라고 발음을 하는 게 통상적이긴 합니다. 왜냐하면 ETA가 지금 알려주신 것처럼 도착 예정 시간이라는 또 다른 기존의 이니셜이 존재하기 때문에 헷갈릴 수 있어서 그래서 이제 ETA라고 지금부터는 제가 그렇게 발음을 할게요. 그럼 우리 노래 중에도 그 What's your ETA 뭐 이런 노래 하나 있지 않아요? 아세요? 어떤 걸그룹이 있는데 ETA 그때는 이제 도착 예정 시간이라는 뜻으로 한 걸로 제가 알고 있어요. 그 ETA가 아닙니다. 지금 얘기하고 있는 거는 ETA, the Electronic Travel Authorization, 전자여행 허가를 얘기하고 있어요. 영국 여행 준비하시는 분들 이거 반드시 필요합니다. 비자와는 별도로 영국 입국 전에 온라인 등록을 통해서 영국 방문을 허가받는 제도예요. 그리고 돈은 한 3만 원 정도가 든다고 합니다. And this is you're good for about 2 years, I believe. You're valid.
Yeah.
This is valid for about 2 years. 그래서 유효 기간이 2년인데 그러니까 2년 또는 방문자의 여권 만료일 중 짧은 날짜가 바로 이 유효 기간이 되겠습니다. Okay. Let's have a look at to depart for the UK.
Yeah, if you're departing, then you are leaving. So if you're leaving Korea for the UK. So you could kind of see this as going to, but rather than going to, you're actually leaving the country. So when you go to the airport, you have departures and you have arrivals. So if you arrive, then that's where you're picking somebody up who's coming to Korea. But if you go to departures, that's where the people are leaving the airport. So, you're catching a plane to leave Korea. So departing is going out of.
Departures, 출국, arrivals, 입국. 그래서 공항에서 많이 볼 수 있는 그 문구인데요. 그때는 꼭 S가 붙죠. 한 명만 하는 게 아니라 한 번만 하는 게 아니니까. 근데 여기서는 동사 to depart for 어디로 떠나다. Now if something is strict, what is it?
If something is strict, then it's going to be harshly enforced or heavily enforced. So you have rules, and I think there's many rules in life that are not enforced. So there are rules, but maybe the police or lawmakers or just people themselves, they kind of just ignore them. Right? But if you have strict rules, then these are heavily enforced and, you have consequences if you do not abide by these rules. And I think where we probably hear this word very often is if you have strict parents. So strict parents will raise their children with very, very hard rules and they will enforce the rules. If you have to go to bed by 8 o'clock, then, the child will be asleep by 8 o'clock. It's not going to be 9:30. It's like, oh, you're not in bed yet. Well, those parents, you would say, are probably not strict. They're a little bit lenient.
What would you say is the opposite? Oh, you just mentioned lenient there.
Lenient,
but
yeah.
Okay.
More lenient or looser, you could say. But I would say like a strict parent is going to, just have, the kids will usually have less freedom
Yeah.
if you have strict parents.
I feel like you're not one of those strict parents, or are you? I don't know.
I would say that I'm definitely not.
그럴 것 같아요. 되게
I think I
laid
try
back,
to be, but it never works
되게
that way.
fun dad일 것 같아요. Cool dad.
I'm sure my kids would disagree.
Oh, well, all kids never think their parents are cool. But
Yeah.
I think most parents would consider you to be very, very cool. 자, 그래요. 그래서 엄격하다, strict. You also use it when you say, I'm following a strict diet, for
Yes.
example. And what about...
meaning that you don't deviate.
Yes.
So if you have a rule in your diet, let's say you don't consume sugar, then you never actually eat the sugar or consume sugar because you're being very strict. You're following it.
Absolutely strict. 엄격한. 자, 그러면 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. Starting today, travelers from 85 countries, including Korea, must obtain an electronic travel authorization before departing for the UK, or risk being denied boarding as the country begins strict enforcement of its new digital permit system. Let's move on to the next headline.
Nepalese authorities are advancing legislation that would require climbers to successfully summit a 7,000-meter class peak within Nepal as a mandatory prerequisite for attempting Mount Everest in efforts to enhance safety and reduce overcrowding on the world's highest mountain.
네, 네팔 당국이 등반가들을 상대로 세계 최고봉인 에베레스트 등반 이전에 자국 내 7,000m급 봉우리를 먼저 오르도록 강제하는 입법을 추진하고 있습니다. 이는 에베레스트 등정 시의 사고 위험과 과밀 현상을 줄이기 위한 의도로 알려졌습니다. Alright, so if you're planning to climb Mount Everest, make sure you have some of the slightly easier mountain routes covered first.
Yeah, interestingly, though, they do say that this has to be within Nepal.
Yes.
So, let's say you've climbed, an 8,000-meter peak somewhere else.
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Nope.
You have to do it in Nepal first.
right.
So, I think for them, obviously, they're probably going to earn a little bit more money as well because you have visitors staying there
the
longer.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I think there's other benefits that they didn't quite mention in the article here.
Yeah. But first and foremost, of course, it's safety.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they do say that this is not a rule that has been passed yet. This is something that they're trying to do. So it's in the lower house right now, but it awaits voting on this. So it could happen, and they're trying to make it happen,
Yeah.
but it hasn't happened yet.
네팔의 상원은 이미 이 법안을 만장일치로 통과했고요. 하원은 이제 다음 달 5일에 총선이 있어요. 그러니까 그때 하원이 구성이 되고 그 다음에 표결에 붙여집니다. 그래서 하원까지 이거를 통과시키게 되면은 이제 법이 되겠죠. 그렇다 해도 이번 봄에는 적용이 되지 않을 거라고 하니까 여름이나 가을이나 그때쯤이 되지 않을까 이렇게 조심스럽게 추측을 해보고 제일 중요한 거는 에베레스트 등반하기 전에 먼저 네팔 안에 있는 7,000m급의 봉우리를 오르고 그것에 좀 익숙해져서 안전하게 에베레스트 등정하자라는 게 이제 가장 중요한 이유라고 합니다.
Yeah, and one of the things that the bill also includes is that the climbers have to have a health certificate to also show
that's important.
that you're of a healthy body and internals, your heart and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
I think they want to make sure that you're of good health to be able to climb to certain heights.
Yeah, because over the years there have been some very unfortunate accidents,
Yes.
and if you do, if you don't make it back down from Mount Everest, sometimes you'll have to wait years until the body is recovered. So
Yeah.
we hope that never happens.
And it can be quite costly as well because, if they need, let's say, like a helicopter evacuation of some sort, then that
Right,
costs a
right.
lot of money. Maybe people can't afford it. And there's, it just makes it a whole mess. And the other
Right.
part that they also mentioned in the article is that they want to prevent overcrowding because so many
Yes.
people do go there. And then, if we weed out some of the people that aren't qualified to be there, then that's probably the best way to do it.
Exactly. The verb summit is used here. 이 명사가 아니라 동사 summit가 쓰여서 이렇게 그 가장 높은 곳까지 오르는 것을 이렇게 묘사를 하고 있습니다. You have to successfully summit a 7,000 meter class peak in Nepal before climbing Mount Everest. That is the prerequisite.
Yeah, and a prerequisite is something that you have to do before doing this. And, pre is kind of like before, right? We see requisite, sort of like, it sounds a lot like require,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you have to do this before you're required to do this, or this is required before you can do this, essentially, is what you're saying.
맞아요. 저는 기억나는 게 이제 대학생 때 몇몇 개의 코스, 그 수업이 그 prerequisite들이 있었어요. 이 수업을 들으려면 반드시 이전에 이런 것을 수강했어야 한다. 그런 prerequisite가 있어서 그게 안 됐으면은 이 수업을 들을 수가 없는 그런 조건이 있었어요.
Yeah. If you have to be a certain age to get your driver's license,
Yeah.
that would be a prerequisite. So in Canada, you have to be 16 years old to get a learner's license. And then you can get, a real license after you've had practice time. But the prerequisite age is 16 years old for a learner's. I think in Korea, it's a little bit older.
I think it's 18.
Yeah. But that's a prerequisite. You have to have this before you can get this.
Yes. 맞아요. 요것만 조금 언급을 하면은 그 learner's license라는 것은 서양에 가면 가끔 차에 이렇게 네모난 뭐 종이 같은 거 뭐 아니면 뭘 붙여요. 차 유리창에다가 거기에 대문자로 L 이렇게 써 있어요. 그게 뭐냐면 나 지금 learner driver다. 근데 이것도 면허를 받아서 L을 붙이는 건데 그냥 뭐 초보 운전자 이런 스티커가 아니고요. 그 L을 받기까지도 일정 훈련과 그다음에 그런 자격이 주어집니다.
Yeah.
그리고 L을 일정 기간 붙이면서 운전한 다음에 그다음에는 이제 본격적인 라이선스가 나오죠.
Yeah, and when you have an L, you have to have someone with the driver's license in the car.
With you.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And they have to,
맞아.
it can't be like your friend of the same age. I think it has to be like maybe 18 or maybe even 20 years old. So it has to be like an adult that has experience with a driver's license.
맞아요. In Korea, we don't have this learner's driver system.
Yeah.
You don't see, we have loads of people with stickers saying 초보입니다. 막 이런 귀여운 스티커는 많이 있지만 이제 그 L learner's driver system 자체는 없습니다. Okay, enhanced safety 볼까요?
Yeah, if you're enhancing something, then you're making it better or stronger. You're improving it.
자, 안전을 강화하다. Alright. 다시 읽어볼게요. Nepalese authorities are advancing legislation that would require climbers to successfully summit a 7,000 meter class peak within Nepal as a mandatory prerequisite for attempting Mount Everest in efforts to enhance safety and reduce overcrowding on the world's highest mountain. 자, 마지막 건강 관련 헤드라인 가보겠습니다.
A new study suggests that drinking milk after exercising could help maintain muscle mass and bone density in older adults and protect them from life-threatening fractures.
운동을 마친 뒤 우유를 마시는 습관이 고령층의 근육량과 골밀도 유지 및 위험한 골절 사고 예방에도 도움이 될 수 있다는 연구 결과가 나왔습니다. Alright, so if you're slightly older and you're gonna work out later today, get your milk ready.
Yes.
Drink it after working out. Tell us more.
Yeah, so this is actually a study from Chinese scientists, and they say that, strength-based exercises are good, but if you have a glass of milk after, then it could help prevent bone thinning as well. And once again, this is kind of more for older people
Yes.
than younger. That,
Yeah.
if you're younger, you're still developing bone density and growing, but as you get older, that slows down.
네. 중국 연구진이 60세 이상 건강한 성인 82명을 대상으로 8주 동안 이렇게 쭉 지켜봤는데요. 주 3회 근력 그리고 균형 강화 프로그램을 진행했거든요. 그러면서 변화를 관찰했더니 운동 직후에 우유를 마신 집단이 근력과 이동 능력 지표 면에서 가장 좋은 결과를 보였다고 합니다. Alright, let's have a look at the expression bone density.
Bone density talks about how strong your bone is. When you talk about density, you're talking about how hard something is. Something that is denser is harder.
Yeah.
And here we're talking about your bone and how strong your bones are. They often say that bone density in men and women are different. So men have a higher bone density compared to women, as an example.
Especially after menopause for women, a lot of women go through osteoporosis, which
Yes.
is when the density of your bones it just gets
Weaker and weaker.
really, really weak.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's loads of spores, I suppose, inside your bones. 자, 골 밀도를 bone density라고 합니다. 자, 그다음에 life-threatening 볼까요?
Life-threatening is just something very, very dangerous, and something that could take your life. So you could die because of this.
그래요. 생명을 위협한다. 다시 읽어보겠습니다. A new study suggests that drinking milk after exercising could help maintain muscle mass and bone density in older adults and protect them from life-threatening fractures. All right, well, that's it for the main headlines this morning.